the best designer for fragrances for men. I'm so excited for this list. It's my favorite fragrance season, especially for men's fragrances. So let's go. First up, we've got the very sexy, mysterious gentleman. It is for men Absolu from Bentley. This is such a good fragrance for so little money. It's astonishing. Like the Bentley line, oh, it's so good. This scent, Atomizer, is amazing. This is a very dry, woody, cedarwood, oud scent. It's also got this amazing fresh ginger at the top that makes it smell a bit Coca-Cola-y, a bit fizzy, but overall it's got papyrus in here. It's got this amazing warming sensation. It's got this mystery, like you want to get to know this guy. He's smelling so unique, and this has got amazing longevity, but it doesn't necessarily, I wouldn't categorize it as a sweet fragrance. So for those of you that don't like those sweet fragrances for fall, this is a nice alternative because it still has got that dense character and that mysteriousness, cozy feeling, but it's not a sweet fragrance. It's more a woody, dry scent. So good. The next up, it is Loewe 7. Just the 7, not 7 Cobalt. This scent, it's an incensey masterpiece. I love incensey fragrances on men, and they are the perfect segue to this fall season fragrance without being sweet. And I know from one of my questions, I asked you whether you like sweet fragrances, and most of you guys said absolutely not. So I'm trying to accommodate your taste while still accommodating my taste because it's my recommendations. And this fragrance, because it's incensey, it is still fresh though. It smells clean, kind of soapy, a bit green apple. It smells just so musky and beautiful and so raw, masculine. If you're somebody who maybe lives in a warmer climate, but you want a more dense, earthy, more of this full vibe in your fragrance, and you know you can't get away with wearing like a very strong ambery fragrance, this is so good because it's got this incense in here, but it's still a fresh incense. This is just magic. I fell in love with Essentia Eau de Parfum, and now I'm in love with Loewe and the scent. This is also an underrated scent, so it's not a fragrance that I hear like anybody talk about. So it's a very nice one to just kind of smell unique and go under the radar, and just don't tell your friends what you're wearing because they'll want to know, but don't tell them. Next up, we've got a fun character of a fragrance. This is a fun fall time. This is somebody who goes out partying or maybe wants to but has to be at work. But this is just a guy. I mean, if I smell this on a guy, I would be thinking, man, this guy will make me laugh, and he will take me out to all those places in the city that I never knew about because he knows just all the cool places. And it is Le Mal Elixir. Such a fun fragrance. It's of course minty. I love it. And it's also bubblegummy. It's got in there like vanilla and a bit of tobacco, but overall what you smell is genuinely like a spearmint bubblegum and a ton of vanilla, and it smells just genius, so fun. It projects crazily. It's a fragrance that you'll get compliments for everywhere you go, and it's just a fun, youthful sort of a scent. Such a good one from Le Mal. From Jean Paul Gaultier, sorry. Next up, we've got a fragrance, a bit of a twist on a fragrance that I usually put in my designer lists, but I think it is so well known that by now, if you are really into fragrances, you might want to maybe buy this one instead of the Stronger With You Intensely. So I would highly encourage you to buy Stronger With You Amber because it's got that same really warm ambery scent that we all adore, but this is much more dry, woody, that woodiness that is often in like woody fragrances that are really strong and like poke you in the nose. This is that sort of a scent, or like Parfum de Marly uses those oud scents that are more woody than like a true oud, if you know what I mean. This is just a strong as scent. It smells delicious, really warm, ambery, syrupy, but also quite spicy, much more spicy, less creamy than Stronger With You intensely. So if you want something that projects even better, there is more, I would say this is even more masculine smelling than Stronger with You Intensely. This is more of like a bad boy sort of a character in a fragrance. So if you want something like this, maybe try Stronger with You Amber, because it's just a different take on a classic. Next up, we've got a fragrance that is perhaps like, I know that I only talk pretty much about fragrances that I absolutely love for men, and I started this channel because I just found that I was obsessed with men's fragrances. I loved men's fragrances, and I would go and smell them all the time. And I didn't really like women's designer fragrances at all. So I was like, let's just start a men's one. And this fragrance is one that like is one of the most beautiful fragrances I have ever smelled, I would say. Overall, yeah, I love them all, but this one, you know, it's got a bit of a higher rating, and it is YSL. It's not Y. I just put this bottle in here. It is Kaftan from the special collection. To me, if you love an incense fragrance, you have to check out that one. There's quite a few incensey fragrances on this list, but it's hard to find an incense fragrance designer that smells amazing. This one smells absolutely incredible. It's got this tangerine opening. It's a bit fresh, but overall it's just this powdery incensey scent. It kind of smells a bit like a desert. It's warm and ambery, but not dense. It's still very, I would say, in the air. It's got amazing projection, amazing like soft cozy projection. And the name for it, it's like for this peacoat that sailors would wear. So it's something that is like wool that protects like men working in a rough environment. It's just this comfort that you need when you're faced with all the bull that life throws at you. This is that fragrance. It literally is one of the most beautiful fragrances I have ever smelled. So go and check it out. It's just incredible. And I've heard they might be discontinuing it, which would be very sad. If you also love On Sent Soif from Matière Première, this is much more of a wearable light version, more for full time of that sort of a scent profile. Next up, we've got the absolute gorgeous and mega sexy Bleu de Chanel Parfum. It's just a killer. It's a good blue fragrance for the fall time. I would go for the Parfum version. If you've got the Eau de Parfum, just wear that one in the fall time. But if you're just wearing something for the fall time, I keep saying fall. This scent, it's got just a bit more refinement, a bit more smoothness. And this is also a fragrance if you want more of this like Netflix and chill, sort of a huggable scent that smells amazing, especially in the dry down on the skin. This is your pick over the Bleu de Chanel, because on the skin, on the clothes, I would say Eau de Parfum might smell better, but on the skin, the Parfum, it is magic. Next up, we've got the good old, it's actually new, I don't know why I said that, but it's the Boss bottled elixir. I don't have space to, I'm all fragranced up, so I sprayed my fingers, nice. This scent is a nice frankincense scent that is warm, and it's got some olibanum in here. It's also a bit aromatic and minty even. Such a good one if you want something that smells a bit more elevated, a bit more niche scent profile, but still on a designer budget. This is a monster also of a performance. It's very long lasting and projecting. So this, I just love a good incensey fragrance for men during this time. It's just a winner, because it just smells so sophisticated and like you know what you're doing, so sexy. So this one is a great one as well. And I'm loving the new Tom Ford Eau d'Ombre Leather. This is a winner for the fall time. I've mentioned it in my fall list already. I love the addition of soft vanilla to this leather badass fragrance. It just makes it a bit more sweet. It makes it a bit more approachable, as I've mentioned in my previous video, but it still has got this badass character. This is, you know, like a biker guy that now is married, and he's a bit more, you know, tamed, but he's still got this heart of like a free spirit. It's such a good fragrance, so manly, so raw. Such a good one. Try it out and let me know what you think, but I love this new release from Tom Ford. And another scent, I actually got a question of one of you guys whether I would recommend this fragrance for full time for men, and I totally do, and it is Cormandel Chanel, a unisex scent from Chanel that is a masterpiece. Performance, here you won't have any problems at all. It gets better with age, with maceration. It gets even stronger. So yeah, a good fragrance to just have and wear for years to come. This scent will pull differently on everybody's skin, so depending on what kind of pH I guess you've got, this scent will be a patchouli earthy bomb to the extent that you'll just want to like bury your head in like somebody's arm because they smell like this. This scent is just damn sexy and powerful. It's a white chocolate patchouli scent. It's sometimes on my husband it smells very sweet, but other times on other people it will smell very patchouli dominant. So it just depends, but overall this is a masterful scent. I mean, I would just, my jaw would drop if I smelled this on a guy. I've actually never smelled this on a guy ever. So if you want to smell amazing, I would say go for this, because not many men dare to wear this, but I would say that this is such a masterpiece of a fragrance, and it's definitely the one of like holy grails in your collection. And next up we've got, it is Dior Homme Intense. Dior Homme Intense, it's such a good wearable irisy fragrance for the fall time. If you're somebody who, I would say if you are somebody who dresses up for work, this would be a perfect fall fragrance to you, because it's a bit more formal. I mean, you don't have to, like if you're wearing just a t-shirt, you still can wear it, but the vibe that it puts off, it's a more put together sort of a jacket, proper jacket, really nice shirt, that sort of vibe. But like a loafer, this is that guy, very professional, very confident, successful career. This is the vibe that this fragrance gets. It's irisy, it's powdery, it's comforting, again, that cozy effect, but without being overtly sweet. And I think that's what you guys really enjoy. And to me, this fragrance could be like a 500 bucks a scent, because it's such a good scent DNA. It smells very expensive. So if you want a fragrance that not only like has a expensive smelling DNA, but also in its ingredients, it actually does smell very expensive, and try Dior Homme Intense and do this with the bottle. I'll link all of these down the description for you and the best deals I can find for them. Looking at this list, I would say always try to get Hugo Boss from discounters. What else? The Armani fragrances, they're often at discounters, and Bentley as well. So I'll definitely link those at discounters so you can shop the best deals for them. But some like Chanel, you won't get like amazing deals on Chanel. You just have to pay out for the fragrances. Subscribe if you haven't already to this men's fragrance channel, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.